Artist Seak Claus Winkler. This video is an art performance as well as a piece of art. And this video is, and in this video I'm explaining you how my name works and the magic around it or within it. And I'm sitting in the bathtub because it's hot, it's summer, and a female friend of mine just gave me the advice to sit during the day at least one time in a cold bathtub, and it's perfect. Yeah, it's like the best thing you can do. And it's also cheap and affordable, etc., etc. Anyways, so the point is the words. I mean, I'm thinking or not struggling about like what kind of like value I can give within these videos about my art and me being an artist, etc. One thing is the name. My name, Seak, S-E-A-K. So this may be interesting for people who don't even like my paintings or are not even interested in art, but they can use my art if they're collectors or buyers or owners or investors. My name is activating, or the Seak Claus Winkler, I'm starting with the Seak, and it connects with the letter S in their life and then takes the people from the S to the letter E, to the letter A, to the letter K. The letter S stands for the Over-Ich, Über-Ich, and like from Sigmund Freud, I think. This is like you have like different versions of the self, and then you have like the Uber-Self, the self which is like above everything, as well as that the S stands for sublimination of things, instead of following physical needs, in intimate interactions, you can sublime or subliminal, or do something instead, or vice versa, as well as in communication. How do you use the S? The S is also like connecting in a way two phalluses, which can happen in communication, because the S has like one like phallus element going inside here and the other going inside here, with those two like bows, like one bow is like this and the other is like this, So this is how I see the S. Or it's like, I don't know, an object which has a mouth and a back door, or just one door downstairs. But also, it's the S is like, going by the form also, not just by the sound. The S letter itself is also, as let me just say the word S, it's like S. There's like no stopping. And this is like why my name can make people's life difficult, because my art or my artist name makes people indulge in everything which can be like a victory or sick or what they seek. Also what they are disgusted by, or they're maybe going away from something disgusting into another thing, and then they completely like go over the norm into like overconsumption or doing it too crass or too intense. In the word crass from crassus, you have like this S, So, and it doesn't give you a stop, because the stop comes then with the E. With the A, there's also a triangulation if you write my A large. Which can be like triangulation inside myself, inside objects, or on a social level. And then comes the K, which is like a hard sound. In Germany, when children are learning letters, they learn the letter K. In Germany, you would say the word K, singular K, we would say K or K. It's like a harsh letter, K. Phonetically, it could be like with an EH, or with a R, A-H, K. But when you say it like K, then it's like K-A-H in German, K. Or K. In Germany, in English, you would say the letter K like K-A-Y, which is also like a K at the harbor, where ships can dock, or where you can confirm something, it keeps on giving, and the end's already again in the A. So it's like you can if you wanna indulge in something and you're about that life, and you have no I would say post-coital, and there's a saying in post-coitale Reue. It's like after the orgasm, when you cool down, you're like, oh my God, was that necessary? Let's grab my clothes. Or post-coital regret. I don't know the English word. I mean, it's post-coital Reue, like the regret afterwards. I mean, if you're like maybe inexperienced and want to have to jump into the cold water, as I say in Germany, or let's say maybe you can also see it in a positive way. For example, women complain after ruining society with voting leftist parties and feminizing society that there are no males left anymore, while punishing masculinity, of course, all the time as toxic, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, and attacking masculinity, also with the system, asking for a bigger, steady government, and you as a male can't out alpha the state. Anyways, they demand more masculinity, or more men, or more manly men. So this word Seak can also take you into that direction, in terms of when maybe my collectors are, because of all the money they have and all the culture and the education, and maybe two less male role models, are a little bit too soft, And if they think they're a little bit too soft, they're probably a lot too soft. I don't want to go here more into the details, because I'm literally telling people like, hey, you have to buy my work because you're a wuss. I'm not that experienced, but I can take, I what do you call that? Like, I'm also talking to myself, It's like, let's talk about myself. That's maybe better. But also you have to, the Claus Winkler then is maybe the part which makes you think, okay, how is the legal situation, I can jump over my shadow and become in this action more masculine, more like a man, do this or that, but how is the legal situation? What other plans do I have? What are the possibilities? In which way this thing can go, or what kind of consequences this can have, But the word Seek it gives you like this, it's like, it takes you from the ass further, and instead of giving you like a break, a soft landing, it goes in the other direction and goes into a fafo, fuck around, find out, including the doubt, like no doubt. So, and it lands with the triangulation in the large A, in the K, and the K is a hard letter, It also takes you somewhere mystical. I said it was like, takes you somewhere mystical. And maybe also because it starts, then the word, in principle, the letter Seek, the name Seek starts with an S and ends with a Y. Because if you spell the word Seek, or K, the letter K, then you have like the Y at the end. Which means if you spell the S, Seek, you have like a C instead of an S. But you spell it as an C, but you write it as an S. So it's like, starts with a C and ends with a Y, which is cyan, a color, but also science, like psyop, psychological, like the self, but like it's like you connect with like a higher intelligence also, Like far away, if you're listening to it, into Hunchland, far away from Normie land, from Blue Pill land, if you allow it, If you allow yourself that view, that go digging deeper into the rabbit hole, la-di-da-di-da. So, it takes you somewhere. In the principle, every word can take you somewhere, but you have to test it for yourself, how my work and my art, or me as a brand, or Claus Winkler, where is it taking you, and how you spell it and everything. And the thing is, the letter K, I'm having here, there's a little bit, maybe there is turquoise, or this is like turquoise, what it's like this water blue. And in Germany, turquoise has like a K. In English, I think it's a Q. But you also have the letter black, the color black, which has a K. Those two colors, basic colors, kind of basic colors, because turquoise is already like a mixed color of green and blue. Are colors which include the letter K. And black with turquoise, two colors with K, where the name of the color has the letter K. they are like fear or respect or vital fear, or you are like, okay, let's be careful here, you know. You can achieve those this effect also with other colors, and that maybe humbles you and makes you think twice, you know. Yeah, so and yeah, because it depends, you know. I mean, probably my art steers me also in other directions. Um, yeah, and of course it also depends on the individual painting or Kunstwerk, you know. And the word Kunst, and the German word for art, is also a K, for example. Yeah, and the S then is yeah. So this word seek is it's a hard to handle word, and it's a sharp word. For example, if I'm in public and someone calls my name, I immediately feel attacked and I'm in defensive mode, which is maybe not so good for socializing, but it's also, I'm so deep into that name and into those words and meanings, and I'm anyways always on high alert everywhere I'm at. So, and I was like that already in my childhood, but even, of course, before I came up with the word seek. And the word Claus has a similar connotation because he has like this ow sound, you know. And but the word Claus Winkler also has like a very reasonable, serious, reflective connotation or effect. I mean, it can have, depending how you see it, you know. My art can take you on the degenerate, liberal, anti-life, what good is bad and what bad is good level, into ultimate self-destruction, degeneracy, hedonism, completely doing everything as the, you know, Moloch, Baal, overlords we have, which we can't name, want us, you know. So they can rule over us and destabilize us, or it can take you the other way into becoming like an engineer drinking tea, you know, but also being pathological and cold. You know, don't have to be like a wuss. Patriarchy, if you will, because if we don't get patriarchy done or realized, then the caliphate comes and that regulates, and then good luck with voting yourself out of the caliphate. Yeah, shout out to Admiral Paul Saverho and everybody who's like true. I mean, I knew about patriarchy and about, and I didn't have the word for it, but that giving women the voting rights is like wrong. And I knew this was like 8 years old because I came to those conclusions. I also knew about Henry Morgenthau plan was 8 years, or probably even earlier, because I was watching that book and stuff like that. So yeah, and of course Henry Morgenthau, you have like an E and an A in that name, in that direction. Yeah, and then in the Claus it's the A and then the E in the Winkler. So I don't know if I'm raising hell with my name or heaven, but those are also again Christian narrative or sandbox narratives from Rabbi ben Yeshua ben Yosef. You know, the baby vampires, if you will. But this is not about that. This is about Seak. But Seak is also the sick thing. Can also be like, what's the most degenerate, the most sick, or however. But sick is also like, if you judge something, and this is like thick in terms of negative, or sick in terms of good, or Claus, you know, or awesome, or how horrible, then you can't understand what the patterns behind. So if you stop judging, there's like no fog bank of and you know everything clears and you can look through and you understand and you can keep on understanding, not in a negative way like you know, understands Putin blah blah blah, you know, but like the patterns and stuff, especially when you are familiar with words, with letters, with copywriting, with colors, with forms, etc. So the question is, I mean, how people who own my art are using my art. I could see that the modern Freud or female or modern women who's like slay queen, you go girl, blah, 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 or people who live like a very hedonistic, other people, intimate contact, appreciating lifestyle, they can probably indulge in the word seek. And for many years, I felt bad that I take with my art people so much over the edge in terms of SEGGS, you know, like intimate things. I'm trying to talk here like I don't know, like that can be like on. Anyways, so it's like censorship language, maybe. Because it has like this escalation thing. So when I reckon that there's like through rap music, and that there's like this like medicine where people can have then you know, in physical contact without protecting themselves with a condom, because there's like this pill like PrEP prophylaxe pill. It also has like this EA in the name. And even the word Lachs sounds like salmon in German, and that goes with the sea breeze of the, you know, of the word Seak and stuff, you know. And the Seak Claus Winkler can also mean like you're living in an age where you can't trust anybody, and especially not women, and because anything can goes, and you can't judge or shame anybody, unless the caliphate is coming or we get patriarchy done. But yeah, it doesn't look like that. So there was kind of like relief then this came up, so people can then I don't know. Sometimes I can dig like really deep just from the words into how my art or my name is working, and I usually go by interpretation for my name and what kind of connotations there are. And even when I thought I've looked through everything through, I'm since 2 years J-pilled, you know, the people here with you know, tiny hats. I have a totally new perspective on it consciously. I mean, not unconsciously, consciously. I found totally new, fresh perspectives how my name work and stuff like that, or with more clarity. So the question is, I mean, overall, you can go on that meta level and deduct, how when you have paintings from me, how those paintings are affecting people, and it's also connected to how you think about the paintings. And how it affects your surrounding, other people, and you have to go look really deep, and if you think like this is crazy, or this is like, come on, and it's like, that was the hunch. Write it down, dig up on it, dig in the words, in the names, and the colors, and the connotations, dig deeper. Yeah, what helped me is like color knowledge. That's huge, and sounds and words, but also how you frame or save mentally certain things, because this is like how you look at the world, or look and how you interpret things. Seak can also help you if you like to eat a lot and try new recipes or something, because it says like sí claro, but also like disgust, and if you overcome and disgust because you try a new dish, and then you reckon, a raw salmon tastes delicious with soya sauce, or espresso, no, I want just espresso, you know. Then this is like also, so it forms your personality. On the other hand, you can't form your personality or identity when you say yes to everything. It's also formed into the no, to say, no, I'm German, no, I'm white, or I'm pro-white. So not provide, I'm providing me, because now then you probably think that I should provide you, you know. So, I mean, I'm already doing here something. I'm providing you with informations and stuff like that. I'm looking like this not because I'm arrogant or something. I don't want to have you see my double chin. So please consider that. Plus, I'm sitting here in a cheap bathtub, and I'm trying to sell like luxury or highbrow contemporary art. So talking to like super rich people anyways. So the point is, where's my art taking me or you, and how I'm calling my art, and which words I'm using, and how those words connect to which colors, and what is the meaning. So my art can keep you away from people. Also, because it has something to do with colors, but it also can overcome that barrier, and then you connect with people, you know, it's depending on what you want. And you can test my art that when you are interacting with people, that you think my name and then visualize the painting or my paintings or my art. Or maybe a certain way my art could look like. And then you tell me that, and give me a budget, and I continue painting and painting in that direction for you. That's also an option. I have like lots of paintings in my work rotation, and I can easily, when having a budget and we have chatted a little bit or talked, I can then steer that painting in a certain direction. I mean, I'm open for ideas, you know. For example, a lot of the ideas here on my house are from other people, you know, from neighbors who gave me sentences or quotes, yeah, or I'm quoting others. So yeah, so it's you know, also stuff is for me, you know, it's not just like that. But I also gave like a lot into the global common collective conscious, so it's also okay to take something out. Yeah. So my name Seak Claus Winkler, it takes you to a mystic place, if you will. If you want to call it mystic, maybe that helps you. If you already use letters and words strategic and are very present, then you can use other names. Yeah, or we can talk also on another level, or maybe I can learn something from you. It's also how you spell my name. You know, I know people who don't say Seak, they say Seak, which is different connotation. And then when you spell the word Seak, very silent, maybe at the end letter is phonetically not a K, it's an H or a G. It depends. Which and then always connects with a color, you know, because every signal, every letter is also in colors or in forms. So yeah. Yeah, so also the word Winkler, you can say my name Winkler or Winkler or Klar with an A-H or with an K-L-A-R or, you know, or with an K-L-A-H-R, it's, or Claus with or bad or good, or Claus, which is like more like on, off, aus, you know, it takes you, it's like, yeah, it's like lots of nuances. So yeah, so I hope I could create or provide here some value. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for supporting me. Follow me on, you know, and act or behave or do things in like how that it also benefits me. Quoting Martin Sellner, transform your life into an act of resistance. Thank you.